Hello and welcome to the UFC 310 Bets video. My name is Young Pastey. That's why. And I'm here today to bring you all of my official bets for UFC 310. My leans, so these are plays and bets I am considering, but I have not put official money on yet. And lastly, my stayaways, so plays, props, bets, fights I recommend that you stay away from. Now for last week, our first loss in a while, unfortunately, minus 1.6975 units. Fuck you, Wayne Kong. You ruined us from a profitable day. So not too bad of a loss, but we take it to the chin. Overall, for UFC 2024, we're plus 5.1767 units. Now remember, small sample size. We just started this in early October, so we're doing pretty good. Let's keep the train rolling here. There's a small bump in the way, but we rise to the top. I got 7 great bets for you coming this way. Before we begin though, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, throw a like on the video, comment if you can, and share the video to your friends. Now, UFC 310 official bets. Let's go. Bet number 1. We have Pantoja and Surreal Gain. 2-pick parlay. Minus 132. We are putting 1 unit on it. Pretty good odds, not too juiced. It's currently sitting at minus 135 right now. So, you know, the juice hasn't gotten too crazy since I put an official bet on it. Now, Pantoja, I mean, he's the champion, all right? Flyweight champion. And you have some dude, UFC debut, you think he's just going to come in here, stomp on ground, and take the championship from Pantoja? No. So, good parlay piece, Pantoja. Now, combining with Surreal Gain, he's going up against Volkov. Now, peep my picks video. I have a full breakdown of every single fight and why I pick each person. But man, Surreal Gain's already gone up against Alexandre Volkov. So, man, he's about to put on work again. Minus 132. Pretty good bet. Bet number 2. This is my hot bet of the week. This was also my hot pick. So, raise the flames. Raise the flames. Ian Garry. Plus 300. We threw 1 unit on it. Yeah, we're getting crazy with it. I believe in my boy. I believe in him. He's currently sitting at plus 295, so basically the same odds, 3-1 odds. These odds are way too wide. Shavkat's almost minus 400 favor. That's crazy. I think people are doubting Ian Garry, man. I think this is a good pick for great value. So Ian Garry, plus 300. We threw a unit on it. Bet number 3. Bryce Mitchell and Temba Garimbo, minus 116. Little 2-pick parlay again. We're throwing another unit on it. It's currently sitting at minus 114, so around the same odds. Not too bad. Now, Mitchell's going to put on work, all right? He is going to put on work. I think he's a lock. He's almost at, shoot. On some places, he's minus 950, minus 1,000 favorites, so I think he is going to put on work from his brutal KO from last time. And then Temba Garimbo, the odds keep getting better on this guy. So people must be laying big money on Vicente Luque. So I don't think that's a bad play, but I still think Temba Garimbo is the play there. So yeah, Mitchell, Garimbo, minus 116. Basically bringing that number down on Garimbo, throwing Mitchell in there. Now, bet number 4. Another straight pick, and we're going with a dog at heart, but a favorite on the line, Nate Landwehr, minus 138, 1 unit. It's currently sitting at minus 135, so even better odds now. My dude's a dog, okay? My dude's a dog. He's going to put on work against this Korean guy, Doo-hoo. He's about to make him look like doo-doo. So, Nate the Train, minus 138. We're throwing 1 unit on it. Let's go. Bet number 5. Another 2-pick parlay. We're getting plus money on it too. We got Joshua Van and Brian Battle. Plus 140. We threw 1 unit on it. Currently sitting at plus 137. So the odds haven't changed too much, but both of these guys are going to get bet on heavy before fight night comes. So I would recommend, if you like either of these guys, you get in there swiftly and put something on it now, because the odds are going to get crazy come fight night. But Joshua Van starts out a little bit slow, but he puts on in the next 2 rounds. So I think he'll be able to weather that storm from Cody Durden, and show off his boxing in the next 2 rounds. So Joshua Van, good pick. And Brian Battle, man, savage, the butcher. It's going to be a tough fight for Randy Brown, and I wish the odds were a little bit closer because I think they're a little too wide in my opinion, but I still think he's going to win. So I have to combine it with somebody. Joshua Van, Brian Battle. We're getting plus money for it. Plus 140, 1 unit. Let's go. Bet number 6. We are going with the OG and the old man. I think he's the oldest guy on this card. Chris Weidman. Minus 110. We're putting half a unit on it. It's currently sitting at minus 115. I think this is going to be bet on in Chris's favor too. He'll probably end up at a minus 135 come fight night. Championship experience is going to show here. Yes, he had that brutal leg injury, but he came back from it. He looked not too bad in his last fight versus Bruno Silva. So I think they're giving him a beatable opponent here in Anders, you boys. So Chris Weidman minus 110, half a unit. And my last official bet number 7, we got Kennedy Nzechukwu, I think that's how you say it, and Max Griffin. Plus 107. We threw half a unit on it. Now, odds have shifted into Michael Chiesa's favor. He's actually the favorite now. I saw Max Griffin at a minus 108. So honestly, the odds now are plus 127. That's not too bad. But we're throwing half a unit on it, plus 107. I still have faith in this pick. I don't know why people are betting the Chiesa side. I bet you that changes, in my opinion. And Kennedy's just going to get bet on even more because Breshke's garbage. So, yeah, Kennedy and Griffin, plus 107 with your half a unit on it. Now, those are the official bets. Now we head into the leans section. Now, again, these are plays and bets I have not placed yet, but they are plays and bets I'm considering. Now, if you've made it this far, I do have a free Patreon. Sign up for it now. The link is in the description. You can get all of my bets and plays before I place them. Like, for example, I put all of these official bets in on Monday, so this is 2 days later. The odds will shift and they'll get even worse. I'm usually on top of the odds. Kind of weird this week. Some of them have shifted in a little bit of a different direction, but I'm telling you, come fight night, you're going to see the difference. Anywho, again, the Patreon's free. Go ahead, sign up. Links in the description. Now, my first lean here is for the Mitchell and Gracie fight. First off, the rounds. I think, honestly, Mitchell's live for a sub, bro. Mitchell is live for a sub. That's at plus 400. And even if Gracie does something crazy, under 2.5 plus 200, under 1.5 plus 300. But I think Mitchell is live for the sub in this. I would, plus 400 is not too bad. Under 2.5 is also not too bad if you think a finish is going to happen. Plus 200, 2-1. So next fight, Garimbo and Luque. I do like the over on rounds here. Over 1.5 is minus 330. Over 2.5 is at minus 190. These are good little parlay pieces if you want to throw them into something. The over 1.5 is more likely. Obviously later in the fight, people get tired. People's chins start to wear down. So minus 190. But still, I think this fight goes the decision, to be honest with you. In my opinion, Garimbo's going to beat him up on the ground. You can get a lot of clinch work on the cage. Tema by decisions plus 125. So if you want to lower his number a little bit, I do believe that's the way he's going to win. KO? I don't believe so. I don't think Garimbo's KOing Luque, even though he has been KO'd before. Sub, that's not his game. He's more of a ground and pound guy and a decision maker. So plus 125, not too bad if you think it goes that way. The next fight, the Randy Brown fight and Randy Brown versus Brian Battle fight. Over 1.5, I do like that at minus 210. Over 2.5, you're getting a little risky, minus 120. I think the later the fight goes, you could see a finish. Now, a play I do like, combining the over 1.5 on the Garimbo fight and the Brian Battle fight, we're at minus 109 for both of those guys. Minus 330, minus 210. We're at minus 109. I think that's a good little parlay to put into. And if you want to throw in a Weidman versus Anders over 1.5, I think that's also very likely. Minus 425 for that. The over 2.5, minus 250. I believe that fight's going to the decision. So over 1.5 is a safer play. Over 2.5, a little more riskier, but still very likely. Minus 250, not too bad of a line there. My last of these round props, the Pantoja versus Asakura fight. I do believe it is going over 2 rounds. Definitely. That's minus 275. I think that's a good parlay piece. Over 2.5's at minus 140. That's also not a bad play either. Pantoja's tough. Asakura's tough. Over 3.5, over 4.5. Now you're getting some plus money. Plus 115 for over 3.5. Plus 160 for over 4.5. Over 3.5 plus 115. That's not too bad. I think that's likely. In my opinion, Pantoja by decision. But that's not a play, or that's not something I lean. I just have him money line and everything. I don't, because he's live for a sub. He's live for ground and pound. KO? Don't believe so. And I told you, he got chin. I don't think Asakura is going to chin him. A lot of people think that's going to happen. If it does, crazy, and I'm wrong. And clip this cut. Couple more leans. Kennedy by KO / decision. Double choice. That's at minus 300. Another double choice I like is Hooper by KO or sub at minus 180. I think that's really live. Van by KO / decision at minus 110. I don't think he's going to get a sub at all over Durden. So to lower that line on him, because I think straight up he's around like minus 150, I think. Minus 110, pretty good play. Because he's going to win by either of those, I believe. Max Griffin by decision, plus 210. I think he gets the win by decision. Plus 210 is not a bad play there. And lastly, now look, I'm not betting the Aljo fight. I don't think. I didn't pick him. But that doesn't mean I can't bet him, right? Anyway, moneyline plus 200, decision plus 333, sub plus 1100. Do you think he subs Mavsar? It's not crazy. It could happen. He's the former champion. The only loss he has recently is fucking Sean O'Malley. Should have lost that Peter Yan fight till he got an illegal knee, which was illegal as F. So, but I think Aljo has a solid chance to win there. It was really hard for me to pick against him, but this is why you have to follow my Patreon and my Twitter, because I always put my updated bets and plays there, so you never know. Lastly, we have my stayaways. So bets, picks, or bets, plays, and props I recommend you stay away from. Now, first off, Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Do not bet this fight. Fuck both of these people. They've both fucked me over multiple times. Anthony Smith more than others. I think it's a fight that's not needed to be honest with you. A fight my money is staying far away from. No rounds, no money line, nothing. So stay away from that one, please. Next, we have a couple of round props. The Kennedy round props. If Breshke is a little bit tougher, you never know how long he could last. And Kennedy could gas out. He is at his natural weight, heavyweight, so he doesn't really have to cut weight at all, and he's looking pretty good. But you never know. So I'm just staying away from the Kennedy round props. I do expect a KO at some point, but when will it happen? You know what I mean? Because, he took a lot of time in his last fight with Chris Barnett. like a lot of time, unnecessary time. So the Hooper round props. Again, I mean, look, I don't know how tough Clay Guida is, how far his gas tank will go. So, I mean, Hooper is going to win. It's just, how will he win? Right? I think he's live for KO or sub, which means it's going to happen within the distance. It's just, when is it going to happen? Over 1.5, over 2.5, under 2.5, under 1.5? I don't know. Depends on how long Clay Guida can last in there with him. So, lastly, is the Shavkat money line in any round props on that fight? My bet's on Ian Gary straight up plus 300. I think he gets it done by decision, which really wasn't too much. It's like plus 375, so it really wasn't too much of a difference. So I'll keep it at plus 300 because he's live to get a finish at some point, depending on Shavkat's gas tank. And that's what I'm concerned about because I don't know. We've never seen him. If it goes into those championship rounds, I don't know. We've never seen Shavkat in that situation. So, and I mean, I picked Ian Gary, so why am I going to recommend you pick Shavkat? You know what I mean? All right. That is the conclude to the UFC 310 bets video. Thank you guys for making it this far. If you could, again, subscribe to the channel, throw me a like on the video, comment, share it to your friends. We're out. Let's make this money.